Now another option I've thought about is, right now this car doesn't have power brakes. This is a GM style dual reservoir master cylinder that we have right here. And you can get an emergency brake setup, but usually they involve a biggish cylinder that sits in front of that, and it's larger than this is. Now they make some new smaller ones. If I could find a small enough one, I could move this back and put me a little emergency brake thing right there. So I'm doing a lot of looking at stuff, but I'm gonna walk out here. Well, I can show you up here that big round thing right up there. Well, that's a Chrysler power booster on a Chrysler single reservoir brake master cylinder. Like I say, they make them smaller, and if they made one smaller, then possibly I could, in the process of doing what I'm going to be doing in there, fit one into that space. So y'all can see a little bit about what I got to work with here. Yes, sir. Okay. So with all that said, oh, here's one more thing I was kind of thinking about is I might can drop this motor a little. We were talking about trimming that piece. And I might gain maybe almost an inch if I trimmed that piece and could drop that down. And if I could drop that down, it might get my arm low enough to go underneath that floor. Because see, I've got where the shaft is, where the transmission tail shaft is. Let's go into there again. It's sitting up about an inch above where my the tail shaft on that transmission is sitting up about an inch above where that cross member is, maybe 2 inches. And this drive shaft, if it came down a couple of inches, it wouldn't hurt anything. So actually, if I could lower the whole engine and transmission a couple of inches by going up in here, get the tape measure out, in here, trimming this, y'all see that? I trim that. Well, I'd gain about an inch anyway. And I could, if I wanted to, I could modify this cross piece here a little, I believe. Maybe gain a little bit more. Food for thought. Food for thought. Okay. I'm going to bring y'all out here because I'm not sure. The way I'm holding the camera, I'm not sure you can see what I was just pointing at. So I'm going to do this and look over the top of that. Over the top of that. And then my point to what I was just looking at was this right here. See, I could take an inch out of this here, possibly more, if I wanted to cut that and make it a little rounder on the bottom, right there. But you let this engine nestle down in there a little deeper. Now a little bit about hot rod stuff. The goal on hot rod is generally to get your center of gravity as low as possible, which means if I can get that engine lower, I have a hard time getting up and down because of my knee. But when we were racing, of course this car ain't going to be racing, but in general, if you can lower your center of gravity, you're going to have a better handling vehicle. And I could do that right there, and I don't think it would cost me anything as far as, well, one more thing I could look at, and I'll go get that fan and we'll look at that together too. The only other thing, I had a pickup truck when I was a kid, old 51 Ford pickup truck with a 430 cubic inch Lincoln engine. The fan was so low on it, it wouldn't clear the frame rails. So, see, the other thing is with the fan here, I'm gonna have to just, yeah, see, I don't think I'm gonna be in danger of getting down low and getting into anything that's gonna cause a problem with that. All right. Probably what I'm going to do is go in and look up that motor mount setup, and if I don't find one, I can make one. I got the skills, and I can make one if I wanted to. Sure can. Sure can. Oh, the joy.